for this topic, I want to go ahead and talk about not allowing anyone in your life to dictate who you are, to change who you are so you can be what they need you to be. Okay, now what this means is to not allow other people or just any person who wants to come into your life and try to control you and try to tell you what you should do or what you shouldn't do with your life and how you should live your life, when it's ultimately up to you how you choose to live your life, either good or bad. And no one should have that type of power and control over you, especially when you are your own person and you have to do what's best for you, not what's best for other people who want to decide for you. You're not going to be giving your power away just to any other person that you know that their intentions are not good from the start. So I'm going to first start by sharing with you guys reasons why they want to try to control you, reasons why they want to try to have some type of mind control over you. Now, as we're very clear with the whole targeting individual gang stalking program, it's meant for mind control, and it's also meant to have some sort of control and have some sort of storyline of how your life is going to end and how your life is going to be, based off of what they do to you, based off of the harassment and the different tactics that they utilize to abuse their power over you. Now, we have to understand that the narcissist, the psychopath, the sociopath, they want to try to have that type of power over everyone's lives, because they believe that we're their property, that we belong to them, and therefore they should have control over what we do with our body, what we eat, the type of food that they give us, that we shouldn't question anything. We should just be consumers at our own devices, at our own destruction, and also not make choices that are for the betterment of the people that are living in a delusion, that are living with deceit. We've been deceived all our lives. And so, therefore, you come along and you're the truth speaker. You spread light to the truth. And this is why they want to control you. They want to try to have some type of influence over your life, but negative influence, and try to make you feel that you're not doing the right thing, that you're in the wrong, when you are in the right, and you are doing the right thing. And for that reason, that's why they're targeting you, because you're living a very righteous and a very integrity, respectful life, and you respect and love yourself, and you value yourself. So then, therefore, you're going to value other people, but they don't see you the same way. So okay, so with that being said, I want to starting with the first one. People should always respect other people, and respect your life the way you choose to live your life. People who try to have some type of control over you are very weak-minded, weak-spirited, pathetic, and insecure. Now, they don't understand your circumstance. They've never walked a day in your shoes. They don't know what it's like to be a TI, a targeted individual. So they can't tell you how to be you better than you can be you. And they can't tell you who you are when you're the only one who has that power to define who you are and your value. No one else has that type of power to influence the way that you feel about yourself and the way that you perceive yourself. And so these are all controlling tactics to try to keep you in the state of fear, to keep you feeling trapped, so they could easily try to control you and end up manipulating your life for the worse, for destruction. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to pull everyone down along with them. And they see that we're rising above the level, and they become jealous, and they want to try to pull every single one down. So they're trying to control you in some way. And the way that they do this is by mind control, distracting you from your purpose, distracting you from your life and from what you want to do with your life, and putting barriers and distractions in place and making it a lot more difficult for you to achieve a certain aspiration or goal that you have in mind. And so the first one is that they fear you because you're just you're not a sheep. You don't just follow the crowd. You're an independent thinker. You're very creative. You're an influencer. You have a very bright, positive spirit. You have the Holy Spirit within your soul, and you have a soul. And so they fear that. They fear what they don't understand. And when they fear what they don't understand, they try to destroy it because they feel threatened by you. And anyone who perceives people as a threat, they want to try to suppress you in some way and keep you in a box. And so yeah, so they fear you. That's the first reason why. So we can't allow, this is the message that I'm getting at. We can't allow people to control us for whatever they need us to become, for their own personal gain, for their own self-interest, for their own gratification, to meet their own needs that they never met their own needs, and they're still trying to meet their needs, and some unhealed wounds that they have, like traumas, and they want us to play a role in their life to fulfill that certain thing that they're lacking inside within them, or the energy, or the lack of feeling like they're important, like they need attention, they need validation from us. So we don't have to be what they want us to become. In fact, we're allowed to make a choice, and no one has that type of power. Only God has that type of power over us. They can never define us, and if they do, they're just describing themselves. So it's all about jealousy. So when someone feels intimidated, threatened by you, they're gonna want to put you down so they can feel better about themselves and they can feel safe. Another thing that you're gonna notice is that your light shines very bright, and therefore they're gonna try to diminish your shine. So it's very important to separate yourself sometimes, go out for walks, get away from those toxic dark energies, because those dark energies can pull you down. And I always feel like the light should stay with the light, the dark should stay in the darkness, because sometimes the darkness doesn't want to leave the darkness. They want to stay in the darkness. So you're gonna eventually notice people, you're gonna eventually see people, and you're gonna notice that this person doesn't have the ability to change. They want to continue to stay in the darkness, but they want you to be in the darkness with them, because misery loves company. And this is more stronger than being in the light. This is why there's this group chat, so we can uplift each other's spirits, because they're trying to break our spirit down. They're trying to diminish our shine and take our valuable soul away from us. So yeah, they fear you. And people who fear what they don't understand, they start acting very, very erratic, like bad behavior. Okay. Alright, I keep moving the camera so much, it's always so yeah, I'm trying to get a good place right there. Okay. Alright. There's a lot of wind, that's why. There's a lot of wind. Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's much better. So yeah, so they fear what they don't understand, and they hate what they can't conquer, because they can't conquer you as well. So they're threatened by you. They notice your potential. And their dark energies, they want to suppress your abilities, your anointing, your light, because they wish that your potential doesn't exist, because it reminds them of their inadequacies. It reminds them of their low self-esteem. It reminds them of the person that they could have become. And we're not responsible for this. And that's why we're not meant to actually just be, what do you call it, to just prioritize everyone, especially people who don't have good intentions towards us. I've done this a lot in the past. I put a lot of the wrong people in front. I put them before my own needs, and they ended up trying to sabotage. They try to sabotage you, but they still want to try to make you for the person that will best suit them. And this is why they do manipulative games. They try to deceive us, and they're threatened by our potential, because they know that we are capable of becoming a very important person in this world. And we actually are. We're on a whole nother level. And that's not to be boastful or prideful or arrogant. No, it's just the fact that we've done the work, we've done the healing, and you know, we do have a lot of potential. And God set us apart for that specific reason, because we do have the ability to get really far in life, especially with the amount of energy that we have. They know that we're going really fast. We're capable of going really fast with the type of energy that we have to get really far in life. But since they have low energy, it takes them twice the effort, it takes them twice the work. So they try to get in the way and try to tell you, I don't think you should do that. That doesn't seem like a good idea. No. Are you serious? Why are you into doing YouTube videos? They'll try to criticize and downplay your achievements and control you and try to make you doubt yourself. Put little seeds of doubts in your mind so you can question your potential, because they see your potential, but they don't want you to notice your potential because they fear it. And so what better way of trying to control you to see yourself in a different light, in a negative light, so they can see themselves in a positive light, because they need you to play small. They need you to be less of yourself so they can feel more of themselves. So we're not here so we can be what other people need us to be. We're here for what God called us to be and chosen us to be as well. So yeah, they know that you're very powerful. They know that you have a lot of wisdom, a lot of intelligence. You're highly intuitive, and they know that you're a lot more than what they are. So when you become more than what people expect you to be, they start to hate you. They start trying to find ways to stop you, to get in the way. The second one is they misunderstand you. So they say that you're too much as well. This is another form of control. Saying that you're too much. You're too sensitive. You do too much. She does too much. He does too much. You're too happy. Why are you always happy? Why are you always so happy? You think you're all that. You think you're better than all of us. The statements like this, that you're too much of yourself. So they're trying to shame you for being too much of who you are. And they want to try to make you less of who you are. So this is another form of them trying to control your life in one way, by making you be less of yourself. So they misunderstand you as well, purposely. They're like, no, I don't understand you, no. And then you constantly just go back and forth, because they want to define you. And they don't, they see the good qualities in you. They see the positive attributes and all of that. And they purposely want to misunderstand you and tell you that you're not good enough, that you're too much, that you need to tone it down a little, that you're being extra. When in all reality, there's nothing wrong with being too much. You're just around a lot of small people who want you to feel comfortable, to feel less threatened, to feel safe and comfortable around you. So what better way of trying to shame you and trying to make you feel guilty for being yourself fully and telling you that you're too much of yourself, so you should be less of yourself so they can be a little bit more of themselves around you. And you could take parts of yourself and hide them away and suppress yourself and make yourself feel like, oh, they're gonna judge me, oh, they're gonna misunderstand me, or they're gonna make me feel bad about myself, because they always say that you're too much. So yeah, too much is an insult, but at the same time it's a compliment, because they're technically saying that they feel inferior to you. They feel like you make them feel small. So what they want to do is they want to try to make you also feel small, because their emotions, they want to validate that you're the problem of the way that they feel about themselves. So what better way to project it onto you? By saying that you need to just be the person that they want you to be. So they can feel more powerful and gain dominance and control over you. Alright, the next one is judgmental. So someone who's highly judgmental, it's mainly because they have very deep-rooted insecurities, very low self-esteem. They have a distorted self-image, and they're negative. They're very shallow, superficial, and anything that's different, anything that stands out, anyone that does something that's out of what they're used to, like the social norms, and does things differently, a lot differently than how they live their life, they're going to try to make you conform to their ways. They're going to try to influence you and tell you how you should live your life, and the way that you're living it is wrong, and that this is how you should do it. And they'll start judging you and telling you like, oh, you like that? Why do you like that? Or why do you do that? And stuff like that. So when people try to tell you who you are, don't believe them, because they don't know who you are. And in all reality, they don't even know who they are. Someone who doesn't even know you, who just judges you based off of your outer appearance, based off of just things that they've heard about you, and then they try to come towards you and tell you who you are and project a lot of lies onto you. They don't believe them, because they're lying to you. They really don't know who you are. And this kind of goes back into the experience that I've had with the narcissist. And I finally realized that she's a community agent or something like that they call. I found a lot more great information on targeting individuals, and I'm gonna share it with you guys. And the same tactics that she uses as my neighbor are the same tactics that are written on the gang stalking guidelines that they have to follow. So I also want to say that, yeah, they judge you very harshly, but they lie about you. They want to defame you. They want to make you out to be something bad, and then they want you to become that person that they tell you that you are, and they want you to believe it, and then they want you to turn into that same exact person that they keep trying to brainwash you to think. Mind control. So the assumptions made by those that misunderstand who you are and what you stand for reveals a great deal about them, and it reveals absolutely nothing about you. So yeah, I've had that narcissist that I live with currently. I got into an argument with her the first time I moved in there, because I set a boundary with her about slamming doors. She resorted to insulting me, and she said a lot of untrue things about me, and she was being highly judgmental based off of what she saw. She was like, you think you're better than every one of us, and you're a hypocrite, and you're a narcissist, and you're a racist, and you're a white girl, and she doesn't even know me. Like, we've never even actually met at all. Like, and plus, she's sent to do that. That's her assignment. They pay her. They give her money to hate, to lie, to defame me, and to trash, to destroy my reputation. So all of that, it's purposely part of the program that is the targeting individual program, and that's what she has to do. So they judge you, and they see whatever they can try to find and just, project onto you everything that they feel about you. So controlling people try to control the way that you view yourself. They want to control the way that how you see yourself. And if it doesn't work, then they start to try to control the way everyone else views you. And this also goes hand in hand with being a TI. The narcissist is very insecure, envious, sees your light, sees your potential, sees your greatness, sees the ability of who you are. You're such a good person with high integrity. You got a lot of respect. People love you. Your energy is just amazing, and people love to be around you. So they start to get very jealous and envious because you're stealing their narcissistic supply. And you're thinking for yourself, and you're doing what's right for you, not what's right for everyone else. And you don't depend on other people for validation and for attention and for acceptance. And so that makes the narcissist mad, because their whole purpose is for you to depend on them, to rely on them heavily. And since you can stand up on your own 2 feet, and you live a very independent life, and you're individualistically yourself, that is a fear that a person has when they can't control you. And you're the spotlight. You have a spotlight effect. So this is what causes the narcissist to start to smear you, to make rumors about you, because they want to control the narrative of your life, of how it's going. And they want to have that power and control over your life, because they want you to be someone that they need you to be. And then this happens, they send their little flying monkeys. They brainwash all of them with the lies, with false allegations and accusations that they said about you. They try to criminalize you, make you see that you're a bad person, but they're only describing themselves by everything that they tell to the flying monkeys. And so then the flying monkeys go out and they start doing the dirty work for the narcissist, because they're being paid to hate. And controlling people, since they couldn't control you, since they couldn't get to you, since they couldn't brainwash you and make you feel less about yourself, and you're confident and you exude confidence, you're comfortable in your own skin. That's another thing that makes these people just angry. The fact that you can just stand up and just be happy about who you are, and you don't feel bad about being confident, because you know who you are, you know yourself. And so controlling people try to control others and situations. They want to control situations in your life, like workplace mobbing, like going out to the store and having people try to control a situation to make you have a bad experience when you go to the grocery store, to make you have a bad experience when you just go out for a walk, and they send people to try to harass you and ruin your day and ruin your mood and put you down. So yeah, we have to be mentally stronger than these weak people, because that's what they are. They're very weak. Let's just keep it real. And you shine too bright. You have a strong presence. Your energy is super high as well. And they feel like, oh, they're stealing my spotlight, and people just my paper. People want to always one-up each other. Everyone sees life, low vibrational people, negative people, see life as a competition. And they have a lack mindset of abundance, that there's only a little bit for themselves, and like you're taking too much. And they're egotistical, so they need what you have, and they're just going to try to take it from you. Or if they can't take it from you, they're going to try to destroy it from you and destroy your shine and your spotlight and your energy. And that's one thing that I noticed when I had that job where I experienced the workplace mobbing. I have a very strong presence. As soon as I walk in, the energy that I exude is very powerful, and it's just everyone turns around and acknowledges me, and they don't acknowledge the narcissist that way. So the narcissist starts to feel like, who do they think they are, or what do people see about them? And they start to hate, they start to become envious, and They start to resent, and they have hate in their heart. A lot of people carry a bunch of hate and bitterness in their heart. So they start to try to break you down. Slowly but surely, they start to break you down with time and time. And they want you to be small. They want you to be less of yourself so they can be more of themselves. Isn't that sick? It's very sick. It's like, here, I'm going to say it again because it's very true. They want you to be less of yourself so they can be more of themselves. So they can control who they want you to be. They want you to be less. And they have inner deep insecurities. They're envious. They're jealous. They want to be you. They want to mimic you, emulate you, do the things that you do, figure out what your routine is all about, and how they can try to become you. Like switch shoes. If they could, they would switch shoes and be you, and have your energy and have the type of mindset and wisdom that you carry, because they don't carry wisdom. What they do is just evilness, and it's just ignorance, and they're not carrying wisdom and life and truth. Because when people live in lies, they live in darkness and deception and fear all the time, because of the fear of being exposed for what they really are. And so that's why when you come around with your bright light, you unconsciously just reveal people of the darkness that they're hiding, the skeletons in their closets, and the fake facade that they wear of how happy they are, and they're not happy. And you genuinely feel happiness. You genuinely feel at peace with yourself. And so people who are at war with themselves are going to want to control you and bring you into their chaos as well. And people who are at war with themselves are at war with the world around them as well. So that's why you see all these gang stalkers trying to hate on someone who they don't even know, and they just believed a lie about them, because they're at war with themselves. So what better way of being at war with someone else? And you bring up their insecurities, you make them feel exposed, until they have to try to act like they're a lot more superior to you, like they're better than you, because their ego is hurt. They're not operating with their heart, they're operating with the ego. And ego is very superficial. Ego only thinks about self. Ego only thinks about how they can be better than everyone else, and they don't think about the world and how they affect the world, but they only care about how they can soothe their own selves and be better than you. So yeah, anytime you have people as well who try to just act like they know more than you, like they're so much better than you, they're revealing to you how deeply insecure they are. And I've experienced this plenty of times in my life, constantly. I still do to this day. People who just want to come around you and try to control you by trying to make you feel like you're not it. Like, you gotta be less than me. I'm better than you, because I'm better than you because I have this nice car. I'm better than you because I have more money than you. I'm better than you because I have the ability to have a social group and have a bunch of people who help me out to do my evil biddings. So they won't let you be who you really are, because you threaten them, because they can't be who they really are, so they don't want you to be who you really are. So this is the thing. These people live with fear because they fear you. You're being yourself fully, right? You're expressing your authentic self genuinely, and you're not bothering anybody. It's not harming anybody. It's not causing any damage to nobody, but it hurts them deep inside. It hurts them because they're operating with their ego, and they see you being happy. They see you still having joy in your life, and they're like, how? Why is that person happy if they don't have what I have? I have more than them, and why do I still feel like I need to try to feel better? Because every time that person comes around, something about them just irritates me, and I can't stand them. But at the same time, I want to attach myself to them because I want what they have. And they have something that I want, and I need what they have. And so they don't want you to be who you really are. They also don't want to accept you for who you really are, because they're living in a lie. They're living a delusion that they're better, that they're better than everyone else. And they see you, and you actually are who you say you are. You don't pretend to be someone that you're not. You don't act like you're fake. Like, you're just transparent in who you really are. And so they want to try to change you and rearrange you because they can't change you. So so yeah, so that's why they try to control us so much, because you're honest, you're loyal. They see kindness as a weakness as well. They see all these positive attributes because they're afraid to show vulnerability. And we're vulnerable. And they're like, oh, I can't stand that person because they're vulnerable, and I have to always pretend like I'm strong, and like I detach myself from my spirit. Yeah, I've been called many times, oh, you're so gullible, or you're someone that cares too much. Why do you care so much? And you're empathetic, you're too emotional, and people take advantage of this, and they see that you're a trusting person. So they try to project all of their goodness onto you and project all of the negativity onto you. Oh wait, no, they project all the good qualities onto them, and they project all their negativity onto you. So what they're doing is they're emotionally dumping, and they're constantly projecting onto us, trying to control our lives. And one way that they also try to control you is they try to control you by making you feel that you caused their life to have problems, that you're responsible for how their life is. And this is emotional dumping as well. So they'll say things such as I have a person just watching me the whole entire time. But yeah, they'll try to make you feel like you're responsible for their misery, and they'll tell you like, you caused me to be angry. They lash out at you. They lash out at your light because it irritates them. Your peace, your happiness irritates these demons. These little demonic people, they're not happy. They're miserable. So they're going to try to make you feel like, no, you're responsible for the way I feel. You caused me to be angry. You caused me to act this way towards you because blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Because you did this and that, and you said this. So that's why you caused me to just treat you that way, and you deserve it. They also say things like, what can you do for me? Or how can you help me? Or they also want to try to make you feel like you're not a good person. I've had this several times when I said no to entitled people, and I said no. Because they were like, can you do this for me? And I was like, no, I can't. And they were like, you're not a nice person. You're just a horrible, bad person. And they really want to try to convince you and control you, because they want you to be what they want you to be. They want you to just be their slaves of energy, to constantly just feed them and until they can vent and throw all the emotional dumping. And if they have a bad day, they just want to come around you and just, throw it all onto you. Throw all their problems, throw all their baggage, throw all that unhappiness onto you, and you're carrying a bunch of problems that you don't have to. It's not your responsibility. And so yeah, they're gonna try to control the way that you view yourself by changing your perception of you. Like, you're not a nice person. You're not who you act like you are. You're just this horrible person. And I've had this so many times. I have this so many times happen to me where people were like, as soon as I started to put myself first, they started saying that, like, you're not a nice person. And I was like, oh, okay. Because the reason why they want to control you is because they want to have dominance, and they want to manipulate you so they can have that power over you, because you're not easily controlled. Okay, another one that we have to also be aware of how people will try to control us is by being an observer. They're going to try to study you, to find any weaknesses, to find your likes and dislikes, to see what you do for your life, to see if they can try to come around you and pretend like they like the same exact things that they like, and they're desperate to win your trust over. So they're going to study your weaknesses, and they've been doing this. And this is a very predatory behavior that many people will try to do when they see you just shining. They're going to try to use your weaknesses against you to control your mind, your feelings, your behavior, and the way you act. So this is kind of what very toxic, negative people try to do. They're going to use your weaknesses against you. There they go. There they go. All right. Okay. They want the admiration that you get when you walk in a room. They will do anything to try and destroy your mind, your looks, and your reputation. When they can't control you, they're going to try to control the perception of everyone else around them. Someone who has very low self-esteem, no self-love, no self-trust, so they are unable to love or trust others, and they will constantly live in fear. So fear is the predominant aspect as to why someone wants to take ownership over your life and have that type of illusion, live in illusion. Because of those issues, they feel the need to control others and protect themselves from being vulnerable. They fear you. They fear you. So this is like narcissistic people, toxic, arrogant, ignorant, closed-minded, shallow, weak-spirited, manipulative, entitled, fake, jealous, negative, abusive people. They have to try to get you to react emotionally towards their provocation, their abuse, and their disrespect and their mistreatment. So you are in control over your life, your emotions, and your feelings and behavior. And it's a reminder of everything that they're not. So they're fueled by their hate, their anger, their jealousy, and their envy towards you, which it comes from their own insecurities and their inferiority complex. And so when you see someone having a superiority complex, it appears that way, but in reality, it's an inferiority complex that they feel. And when they also can't control you, they'll try to punish you. So I had this several times happen to me in my life. Currently, it still happens, but people would try to control me from high school up till now, and jobs and everything. And I wasn't easily controllable because I'm consciously aware of what decisions are best and what decisions are gonna hinder my growth and my personal growth as well. And they punish you for it. They want you to feel responsible for their suffering, for their misery. And I remember people would try to put me in a box and labels. She's shy, she's an introvert, she is antisocial, she doesn't hang out with any of us. And then when you end up being the opposite of what they said about you, and you end up having control over yourself and your life and who you are, they start punishing you. They start throwing shots at you your way. So you have to keep going higher and higher so when they throw shots, they miss. So you often hear people that say, like, there's another thing. They'll say, that person doesn't like you, or that person said this about you and this and that. So not to talk to this person, don't do this. That's another form of control. Oh my goodness. Yes, that is another form of control. So they're gonna want to try to tell you, like, don't go over there, don't talk to that person. That person, they don't like you. You know, they don't like you. They said horrible things about you. And it's quite the opposite. They do like you. But since they want to present themselves as they're the good ones and you're not, because they trashed your name. They trashed your name. They literally spread a bunch of lies and rumors and bad gossip about you. And so that's why they say that, because then they notice that that person starts to take an interest in you, and they start to see, wait, that person has control over their life, and I really like them because they're real and they're not fake, and they're actually a really good person. It's not true what everyone else was saying about them. So they're gonna try to tell you that that person doesn't like you, that person has said horrible things about you, and don't talk to that person, and don't do this, don't go over there. So it's very immature behavior, because they believe that they have some sort of power and entitlement over your life. And these are the worst type of people, the people who want to tell you how to live your life, because they don't even have control over their life, and they're unhappy. So then what happens is you end up breaking free from their little controlling games, and you recognize that it's just a game that they want to play with you, because they want to use you, they want to abuse you, mistreat you, and just have you there for their own selfish personal gain and their own needs. And that's how it is nowadays. These low vibrational energy vampires, that's what they do. They try to isolate you. They try to not allow anyone else to have the privilege to get to know someone as amazing and just special and beautiful as you, and they want you to just be for them. They're like, that's mine, that's my person, and I'm gonna try to control them. Narcissistic people are like that. Shallow people, entitled people, and they just want to reap the benefits of having you around for themselves. This is horrible. This is a horrible mindset, and because they're so immature, very immature. And the worst part is that they believe they're never wrong, and they're never at fault, even when they treat you bad, even when you finally decide to cut them out of your life, because it's just a one-sided energy, one-sided relationship. All they do is take, use, and manipulate you, thinking that it's your responsibility, that it's your job to assist them and to help them out whenever they please. So they want to use you for their own purpose. That's why they study you. That's why they observe you. They go into observational mode, because they're sick people. They're highly predatory, manipulative people, and behavior that they show you. Narcissists, they need excessive attention and admiration. And you have a lot of that. You have a lot of energy that will feed them. But no matter what, it's never enough for them, because they're always living in a mindset of entitlement. And that's the horrible thing about entitlement, is that they never appreciate anything that you do for them. You do something nice for them, they're gonna feel like now you're obligated. Now that's what they have you for. Just to you owe them something that they didn't even have. They didn't even show you that they're trustworthy. None of that. So with these kinds of people, they're fake as well. They're never truly emotionally vulnerable. And you're never going to have a really genuine conversation or a genuine relationship with these type of people. Why? Because the reason why, it's because in all honesty, they have a bad ulterior motive. There's no truth in their words. They act like they're righteous people. They act like they're good, like they're godly people, when they're the opposite of that. And these are a lot of fallen angels that we see around us. And they have the inability to be real, to be honest. And all they're seeking for is your energy and domination. They want to dominate you because they want your energy. So, and then the other thing, they want to one-up you all the time. There's always this one-up game. Like, I've got to one-up you all the time. So they're going to convince you that something is wrong with you. that something is wrong with you, and they want to trauma bond. That's the thing with these toxic, manipulative, deceitful, ignorant, small-minded, entitled people. They want to try to trauma bond you. And I'm going to explain how they do this, because it's very powerful and you need to know. They're going to groom you. And this is how they groom you. I didn't bring my book. But how they groom you is they do excessive flattery, excessive gift giving, excessive promises, future faking that, oh, like this friendship and this relationship is going to be amazing. Giving you certain helping offers, like, oh, I'm going to help you, and I have so much to give you, and you need me in your life, that I'm going to be so beneficial to have you in your life. So they try to play righteous and good and godly. And then what they're gonna end up doing is they're gonna love bomb you, like so intensely, but they're gonna use all the low energy, all the energy that they have to love bomb you. Then after they love bomb you, what's gonna happen is they're gonna pull away from you. They're gonna walk out, they're gonna isolate themselves, they're gonna act different. They're just gonna act cold and just treat you like bad. And you're gonna be like, what did I do wrong? And this is where they want to try to convince you that you did something wrong, that you're in the wrong. And then what's going to happen is they're going to be cold, they're going to ignore you for a couple of days, because they want you to think about them. They want you to constantly be focused on them and think like, well, what did I do wrong, or what happened, or why is this relationship not going good? And they know that you care, and they want to try to trauma bond you. And that's why they're going to back away and ignore you and act cold. And then they're going to come back, and then they're gonna act like nothing happened, like they never left, like they're still here. But it's also because they're jealous, it's also because they're insecure, and they don't want you to see them for who they are. So that's why they pull away, because they only want you to see them in a positive light so they can deceive you. And that's why they don't stick along. They don't stick a long time with you around every single day, because they're trying to hide their real intentions, their bad ulterior motives towards you. And the jealousy as well. Whenever you come around, they're gonna lash out, they're gonna treat you bad. So what better way to just avoid you and pretend like you don't exist and like you're not there? Because whenever they come around you, they feel just jealous, and they have so much, they're haters. And so that's what happens, because they know that you don't need them, and they need you more than you need them. You don't need them at all, but they need you, because they need your energy. They need to feed off of it. You make them feel good every time you come around. Every time they come around you, you make them feel good about themselves, because you're so positive and you always see the beauty in everyone else. So that's what they're gonna try to do, is create a trauma bond. And a trauma bond, that's what it is. It's a very it's not a connection, it's just an attachment, but it's a very toxic, damaging attachment, where they're gonna have you in this roller coaster constantly. And then when you ask them, like, hey, like, what's going on, and you try to gain clarification, they're gonna try to make you doubt yourself and tell you whatever they want to tell you, to try to convince you that there's no problem, that everything's okay, to gaslight you. So they also want to try to make you feel like you deserve to be treated that way, in the smear campaign and the whole. That's the thing about these very wicked, evil people, is that they smile in your face. They have the audacity to ask you if you can help them, but then behind your back they go and just gossip and slander you and say all types of horrible things behind you. But in your face they smile at you, and they're just all like, oh, nothing's wrong. We're friends. We're friends, and I like you. But behind your back, oh no. They want to control. They want to have the control. And so they've lied to you. They've been lying to you all along. All these years where you thought that there was something wrong with you, that you were responsible for the way that they treated you because of their insecurities, they lied to you. And all they did was they always would tell you who they are, because you would always see the good in them, and that's because you have goodness in you, and you project your positive projection onto them, and they project the negativity and their inner hatred onto you. So they lie to you. You know why they lie to us? And this goes with this video as well. They lie to us to maintain power and control. And what type of manipulative techniques do they use? Denial. They deny their bad behavior. That never happened. No, I'm not. No, I've always been okay with you. I don't have any problems with you. No, I think you're just causing problems with me. No. And they're gonna act like nothing ever happened. So they're gonna be in denial about the way that they really feel. Then they're gonna project onto you. They're gonna project onto you, and they're gonna try to brainwash you to see yourself the way that they want you to see yourself, so they can gain dominance and control over you. And yeah, then they're gonna blame shift. They're gonna blame you for the way that they've been acting, and the way that they've been, the guilty feelings that they feel about how they treated you and how they did you wrong. And they know that you didn't deserve it. They're gonna make you project it onto you and make guilt trip you. That, oh, you're such a horrible person. Like, why won't you help me? And I just care about you, and that's why I want to be around you, and I care. They're gonna just lie to you and use words to manipulate you. And then they're gonna gaslight you. They love to gaslight as well. And they lack empathy because they don't put themselves in your shoes. They lack empathy while they're doing all this type of games towards you. They're not even thinking about you when they're doing this. In all honesty, they're not thinking about us when they play these games with us. All they're thinking about is their own selfish agenda and their personal gain, what they can get from us. So yeah, so many times you're constantly not going to see a resolution. There's never going to be a mutual understanding between you and that fake person or that narcissistic, highly entitled person. Yes, correct, because they're self-absorbed. So they're never going to want a resolution, because that's the thing about them. They don't want to fix the problem. They want they want a problem to exist so they can continue to control that situation. And they're the ones controlling it. So, and there's never a mutual understanding. They're gonna purposely want to misunderstand you. And they never want to understand you. They don't want to take your point of view, because all they care about is their own point of view and how the script is going to play out in their mind. Because why? Because at the end of the day, they want dominance and they want to control you. So narcissists are not honest. Narcissistic, arrogant, fake people are not honest. They're not genuine, and they're not trustworthy. You should never trust. You should never be genuine with these people. And be honest with yourself when they show you who they are, when they show you what they're trying to do to you to manipulate you and treat you bad and play these hot and cold games. Just leave that situation. Because to them, it's just a game that they want to play with you. It's not a real relationship. It's not built off a real relationship. And most of the times, they want to try to destroy you when they're jealous and envious of you. So yes, because they're emotionally immature. They look at life like a game. They will never accept responsibility. They'll never learn from their mistakes. And they don't want to grow or change their ways, because they love having control. They think that control is means that they're powerful or some sort. Oh, it's cold out here. Okay. And so yeah, they'll try to make you feel like your opinions, your feelings, your wants, your ideas, your goals, your aspirations, whatever you want, they're gonna make you feel like it doesn't even matter when you're around them. Like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, that's good. So they're gonna belittle your accomplishments, criticize you, micromanage your behavior to see when you make a mistake, so they can make a fool out of you. And they're trying to provoke, push your triggers, use your weaknesses, kindness, your vulnerabilities against you. Because why? Because they're not willing to exchange your own needs because you're not willing to exchange your own needs for this person. This is when they start to get very aggressive towards you. So that's the thing I'm gonna say. Never be willing to exchange your own needs for another person who just wants you to meet their needs all the time. That is so sick. You know, it reminds me of a friend that I had that was an energy vampire. He would call me during the day and just vent and emotionally dump all his negativity, all his complaints, everything that was going bad in his life, and just call me just for that. I would never have any saying in the conversation. It was mostly just a one-sided conversation where I just had to focus on that one friend the whole entire time. And that is not healthy. That really takes a toll on your mind and your energy. So what we have to do is we have to defend our individuality. We have to believe that our needs are important as well, because everyone's doing what's best for them. These selfish people are never gonna put themselves in a position where they feel like they're having less, that they're uncomfortable. No, these selfish, entitled people are always gonna do what's best for them, and they're never willing to sacrifice or do anything else for anyone else, because they feel that they deserve to be treated like royalty, like kings and queens that they're not. And they have to just put little work, and everyone else that's their job. That is sick. That is so sick. So yeah, they believe that their emotions are facts. What do you call? So when you're able to feel good about yourself consistently without needing constant reminders for the outside world of validation, you're secure in yourself, you're confident in who you are, your attention, your energy makes other people feel good, and you are not a hater. That makes them feel bad about themselves. Horrible. And so they fear what they don't understand. It's you threaten their security, you frustrate them, and they don't feel safe. But it's not your problem, it's how they feel because of their inadequacies. So they will never consider your side of the story as well. They'll never take the time to actually see how you feel. And that's just the worst part about these people who want to control you. That they're gonna make choices for you too. They're gonna try to dictate your life, like, no, Adriana doesn't like that. No, Adriana doesn't want to do that. No, I don't. No, they don't want to do that. In jobs, that's what they do in jobs too. They want to have that type of feeling that they know you more than you know you, and they know what you want and what you don't want, and they dictate your own, whatever your wants, your emotions are, and they have ownership, and they even try to tell you how you feel and how you should feel about the way that they're treating you. You shouldn't feel angry. You're over-exaggerating. So yeah, they'll never try to consider your side of the story because they don't want to. Because it doesn't suit them. It doesn't suit them at all. And that's what they do at workplace mobbing. You tell them how you feel. You tell them how their behavior and how it's affecting you. They're going to be like, I don't hear your side of the story because I want to have control over the situation. And yeah, these type of people make you feel so suffocated. You feel so suffocated around these people. Goodness, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold. Ugh. Right. So the other one is that that they feel threatened by you. So you have something that they wish that they had, but they can't seem to have or attain it themselves. So this is when they start to put you down and they act as though they are better than you, that they are perfect, that they are martyrs, by focusing on your life instead of their own. And this is when they become obsessed with your life and they live through you. They just want to butt in your life, in your lane. They're like, let me get in your lane. and let me be the front row driver of your life, and let me just drive your car, and let me take your position. It's also like in the boat thing where you're on the boat and you have other people on the boat, and they want to take your position. So they're like, let me be the front driver of your life, and let me act like I'm better and like I know so much more than you. So yeah, so those type of people are the worst, the ones that try to act like they're perfect, like they can do no wrong, and that they have some sort of power to tell you how you live your life. And no one has the power and control to tell you how you live your life and how to be you better than you can be you. So no. And the worst part is, like, they really do try to put you down. Like they do, like you're happy about something, and then they try to just make you feel bad, like insecure people will bring you down so much. I live around so many insecure people, and when I'm confident, they really go at it, trying to put me down. They try to tear you down so bad. And these are the types also that will give you unsolicited advice about the way that you live and the way that you are and the way that you dress, the way that you talk, everything. They're going to give you advice. But negative advice. It's not going to ever be positive advice. It's going to be negative advice on how you should change yourself, on how you should change the way that you think, change the way that you act. And because they want to make you feel small. That's why they want to change you. That's facts. That's why they want to change you so bad, because they want to make you feel small. So they'll give you certain bad advices just so you could try, so they can try to bring you down. So I used to dress like very nice, like I would dress over the top, and they would tell me like, "Oh, I don't think you should dress like that to school anymore, you know, like you're just at school, like it's not that important, you're not anywhere important, so why do you dress like that?" And I was like, I love dressing up. And they would just say certain things like that, because what they want is they want to give you advice so you can be less, so you can not steal the spotlight anymore. And they would just be like, can you not? Or they would tell like, "Oh, I don't need to wear makeup. I'm naturally beautiful." Like girls that wear makeup, they try too hard, and they're just fake. And I would wear my makeup on, and I was like, huh? Like who asked you for your opinion? I didn't ask you for your opinion on how I should live my life and what I should put on my face. So they really will try to tell you that as well. Or they'll try to tell you even with your husband. Like let's say you get married or something, and they're like, "Oh, your husband, I don't know, but he gives me such a bad vibe. Like, I don't know if he's a good guy for you, So they'll give you bad advice purposely. And this happened to me, you guys. This happened to me when I left my abusive mother. I had this ex-best friend, and she would give me bad advice. She would tell me like, "I think the best thing you could do is stay with your mom, because you're going to struggle so much if you end up living on your own, and you're not going to make it. And it's going to be so hard for you to survive. And I think the best option is for you to stay with your abusive mom." And I was just thinking to myself, I get abused every day. I am not staying here. And that's what they do. They want to really try to bring you down so they can put themselves up. Like they're so much better than you, but they'll give you unsolicited advice on how you should change yourself and how you should be and how you should live. And you make a change, and they constantly want to try to put you back in your place, like, "Oh, no, stay in your place." And that's kind of the same thing with gang stalkers, if you really think about it. You start to do really good in your job, and they put you back a few steps back, because they're like, "Oh no," they're trying to just like put you back, put you down. So then every time you raise yourself back up, they want to try to give you bad advice. And judge you and criticize you on how you're not doing a good job, on how other people, they're going to give other people advice like, "Oh, you're doing such a good job at your work. Thank you so much." And then with you, they're going to ignore you. And they're going to give you bad advice like, "Oh, well, you didn't do this right." Or I think next time you should do a better job at doing this and that. So yeah, these type of people, it's because they're threatened by you. And they see that you're becoming you're becoming a better person, and like you're working on yourself. And yeah, so that's just how it is. And the crazy part about all of this is that you don't even ask for advice. You don't ask them for their opinion. They just randomly think that they can just tell you, they can just come around and put you down and tell you how you're doing something wrong and that they're perfect. Ooh. Okay. So this is mainly because God set you apart as well. So God set you apart, and they automatically want to put labels on you because they want to control who God has chosen you to be in this world. So that's another thing. You know, this whole system, these people, this is how they see us. This is how they wanted to dictate our life. So when we go into these minimum wage jobs, they overwork us. They drain us from all our energy. They take all our energy away from us, and they don't want us to ever like shine our light, because they want us to all be at the same level. And that's what they do with us chosen ones and us targeted individuals. They overwork us, overstress us. They give us a lot more job responsibilities. Like, they give us a lot more work than others, because they want to have some type of control over our life as well, because they know that we're too good for that job, that we have so much more to offer, and they want to just use you for their own benefit. And that's why we can't let them control us. And just because you don't follow the crowd with the way that you are, the way of your being, the way that you dress, the way that you talk, the way that you think, and the way that you behave, it goes contrary to what society has created as normal. But there's no such thing as normal, because normal is usually people who are mediocre and they think less of themselves. And when you walk the narrow path with God, your ending is like a blessing. You're going to be abundant and you're going to prosper. But most of these people are lost souls, so they want to try to control you, and they don't even know where they're going in life. They have no purpose. Look at what they do for a living. So yeah, because you're highly intelligent, you're very wise, and you're beautiful, and you're modest. You're modest in the way that you behave. You always do the right thing, even when everyone else is doing the wrong thing. And that's why they want to control you as well, because you're not doing the wrong thing and everyone else is doing the wrong thing, and they feel guilty and they feel ashamed. And so when you come around, it's like, oh, here comes the righteous one, the one that speaks the truth and that lives a morally life. A life with morals, a life with values and integrity, and has a very strong belief system that can't be changed, and doesn't participate in low vibrational demonic activities, and doesn't listen to demonic music, and doesn't, think less of themselves. So these people are closed-minded. They don't see you for who you really are. Most of the time, they don't see you for who they really are, because they see everybody for who they want them to be. And other people's points of views don't matter, only their points of view. And they always have to be right. They never take accountability. It's just horrible. People who try to control other people's lives when their own life is out of control. They don't even have control over their own life. And that's the thing. When someone is fully happy and fully accepting and at peace and, living with God, they're not going to feel out of control, and they're not going to need to be controlling someone's life every step of the way, every step that they take, everything that they do. And it's just because they're very miserable, and they want everyone else to be miserable along with them. So misery needs company all the time. And let's just be honest. They fear, they're threatened, they're insecure because you're you're extraordinary, you're talented, you have spiritual abilities, gifts, you're intelligent, and you have a lot of potential. So the best thing that you have to do is set those strong boundaries. Tell those people, nope, no, I'm not going to listen to you because I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to tell me how to live my life, and you're trying to destroy my life, steal something, and kill something in my life that I'm not going to allow you to do it. So, not every single person that comes to our life with smiling faces, with sweet words, and offering their help and their helping hand and stuff like that, they want to have some sort of control. So also think about this, like someone who has helped you along the way, right? They did something nice for you. They helped you just with something small. It could be anything insignificant that they help you with, but they're gonna hold it over your head because they want to have that type of control over your life. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna remind you whenever you start becoming a lot more, like you become successful or something, and they're gonna be like, remember when I helped you? I'm responsible for your success. I'm the one who got you where you are now. You wouldn't get that far without me. And certain toxic, abusive, narcissistic parents will say that. Like, I'm the one who raised you, and that's why you're so powerful, and that's why you're this and that. Because they want to take credit. People want to take credit over you and control you as well. But yeah, they lie. This is not true. We all know that this is not true, that a narcissist doesn't even parent at all. But what I'm trying to get at is that narcissistic parents, their image is so important to the outer world. They care a lot what other people think about them. So when their kids do something good in their life, they'll take credit for that. They'll be like, oh yeah, my daughter is good at this because of me and because of who I am. We come from a blah blah blah, and you know how they are. So yeah, they really do, but they want control over your life. So yeah, so we have to set very strong boundaries. We have to speak up for ourselves and be like, no, or I won't allow you to talk to me that way too. And don't let people waste your energy. Think about it. Your energy is the most expensive currency that you have. You need your energy to do what you need to do in your life. So don't waste your energy all on the wrong people, on fakeness, on narcissists. Whew, it is. So yeah, they have this illusion also that they can judge you, that they're allowed to disrespect you and stuff like that, and to look down on you just because you're not doing what everyone else is doing. So they automatically label you like weird and you're a problem and this and that. So we have to remember that those people that also try to control us are being controlled themselves. People who have totally different life experiences and realities. So yeah, those people who are trying to control us, they're being controlled themselves, and that's the reality. That's why they want to take it out on other people and control them, because they were once heavily controlled by someone who didn't allow them to be themselves, who told them that they're not good enough and stuff like that. So always remember that the opinions of people, their projections, they're not facts. It's not your reality. Their perception of you is not your reality. It's their reality of how they see the world. Whoa. And they have to believe their lies as well. They really do have to believe the lies that they say about you. So that's why they'll try to twist your words. They'll try to twist your intentions. They'll purposely try to make it feel like you have bad intentions, like you don't have good intentions and stuff like that, because they want to have that control over you. And that's what I've experienced so much, you guys. They twist your words. You'll say like something that's totally not even like threatening, or it doesn't cause harm or anything, and they'll just, you know, change the whole narrative and flip it so they can try to distort it into something negative. So they start to see you like, oh, you're the problem. You're not on their level. When in reality, you're above their level. But they're going to try to make, that's why they try to act like they're better than us. Because they can't face reality. They live in denial. And that's the manipulative tactics that they use. Denial, gaslighting, blame shifting, projection, and victim. That's another thing. They'll try to play victim. They try to play victim when they can't control you as well. Oh wow. They'll try to make you feel bad, like, oh, I was just trying to be nice to them. I just wanted to be in their life and be their friend. When the whole time they want to destroy you and just take control over your life. And that's how a narcissist is. That's how a narcissist is. They will play the victim, the innocent victim, like all of a sudden you're bad because you don't allow someone like that into your life, so they can just wreak havoc and cause chaos in your life and just, you know, ruin everything that you have going on for you. So the reality is that they hate who you are. And that's why they put a lot of people to go against you. But in reality, it's because they're admired by who you are. And they know that you're a powerful individual. And that's why they put other people to go against you. That's another reason why they don't want to get the chance to get to know you. Because they already recognize your power and your potential, and they're like I don't want to get to know you because then I'm gonna have then you're gonna tell me that you actually really are a good person and this and that. So yeah, these are all just what do you call it, tactics that they use because they want to control you so you can benefit them in their life. And that's how it was for the longest time in my life, you know, and for many of us as well. The fact that there was people that would just take advantage of us and just come around to just use us and drain us from our energy and deplete us. And they pretended like it was our job to do that for them. That's why we exist, just for other people to feed off of our energy, our good energy and stuff, and feed off of our light and fix their problems and just throw all their emotional dumpage, all their negativity onto us. And now that we don't allow it, we had to breadcrumb them because they wouldn't give us anything in return. All these people would never offer a hand back in return, and were always there to assist them. That's the sad part. That's the crazy part about being a chosen one, that you're always there for everyone, and then when it's your turn, it's like everyone just disappears and no one wants to help you. And we get betrayed so much, and that's it. That's the fact, that there's a lot of fake people and betrayal that we go through. And now what happens is that we finally learned how to protect our energy from everything that we've gone through, all the lessons, everything that has happened to us. And now what's happening is that that's why they're trying to just provoke us now to a negative reaction and start drama, because that's what energy vampires do. They always have drama in their life. They always have some sort of problem with you that's just doesn't even exist, but they'll create it just because they want that energy from you. That's another manipulative thing that they try to do to control you. Create just a false problem and act like you're the problem so they can try to keep you around. But they're never going to want to fix the problem. And that's what I'm going through with the narcissistic neighbor right now. It's like she came knocking on my door today and she was asking me, can I talk to you? And I was like, nope. I didn't open the door to her. I was like, no. Because she's trying to set me up. She's trying to set me up already. She's like, if you knock on my door, I'm going to call the police on you. And I was like, then don't knock on my door. And she had the audacity to come to my door to try to get energy from me. That's how she is. Like, no, I'm not. I'm done. So, it's crazy. It really is. it is just something else. But they want you to feel like you're the problem and that there's something wrong with you. Yeah, don't let other people control you in that way as well. And then, yeah, they'll try to come around you and blame you for their problems as well. So don't let your neighbors, don't let just random people that you don't know, don't allow them to just tell you that you're responsible for fixing them. Because we're really not responsible for fixing these people. All we can do is offer them advice, and then if they choose to take it, then they can take it. But if they continuously, have the same exact problems each time, then that means that they just want to dwell in their problems, and they don't really want a solution. They just want someone who can enable them and give them energy so they can feel better about themselves. Another tactic that they use is that they over-exaggerate on the problems. They're tiny little problems, and they over-exaggerate and they blow up. They blow everything up out of proportion. They exaggerate over just a tiny little thing, just so they can take our energy and control us. So we really have to know the little tricks that these people use towards us, because it's very obvious too. Because you're just exchanging all your good energy, and they're just giving you they're just draining you. They don't give you anything in return. So don't give anyone your energy. Oh, it's cold out here. And yeah, they just also want your attention. That's one thing we also have to be aware of, is that where your attention goes, your energy goes too. So don't give attention. They take your energy and then they usurp. We ain't got time for games. I'm just walking, but I'm just quiet because I have neighbors, so I'm trying to keep peaceful. Mod yourself. I should. I don't know how to do it. on the road. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end this chat right now, and I'm gonna come back and do another video. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back. Okay, all right. Bye, you guys.